What's going on everyone, Ollelito back here with a brand new video on the channel. Today guys, we have another video on your hands, and in today's video I will be showing you guys how basically you can play the 5-2-1-2 and which kind of players fits into these kind of positions, but also why the 5-2-1-2 is so goddamn good this year. So let's just jump into today's video. Hopefully you guys will try this formation out weekly and let me know down in the comments how it goes. And before we start the video, don't forget to subscribe. I see that you guys are not subscribing, especially on this kind of thing that's coming up on the screen right now. So you're not subscribing, please do that. And now let's jump into the video. So starting in goal, we will have, in my opinion, the best keeper on the game will be Edwin van der Sar. Other options for him could be Courtois. I would say is a really good option, probably the best option after him, EMO. By far one of the best gold cards as well on the game, Courtois. So I would say him. And I mean, other alternatives could be icons, but I think Courtois is definitely the one that you should go for sure. If we're looking towards right backs, I'm playing Dalot. I think there are a lot of other great options here. The best option of the Dalot is maybe actually the Trent Alexander-Arnold 87 rated card. I think he's really solid. We have Frimpong, for example, and I would say on the fullbacks in this formation, it's super important to actually play with fullbacks that are really good on the ball. And on the left-hand side in my team, we will have Theo Hernandez. Other options, Grimaldo, you have on my screen there, you see. I have Lizarro. Di Marco is also a great option. And in general, I have a few good left backs, but I think Theo is by far the best, I mean, gold card on the game even, so that's why I'm playing him. If we jump towards the center backs, we are mainly looking for pace, and the middle center back should be a center back that's more maybe stronger and better for that aerial presence. So my central center back would be Virgil van Dijk. To his left, we will actually play with the new Evo that I actually completed, who is going to be Van de Ven. And on the right hand side, we have a few options, but I've decided that usually when I play pro games, we can play with loan cards. I'm playing with Romero in this kind of spot, his 90 rated card. And I mean, Romero and Van de Ven are a bit more pacey than Van Dijk, so that's why Van Dijk is playing in the middle. And then we have a left-footed center back to the left, and then a right-footed center back to the right, basically. These two players are really solid. I like them a lot, and yeah, in general, super solid. I mean, I really like Romero as well. I think he's only played 3 games, but that's mainly because it says on the screen there that's through weekend league. When I play pro games with him, the contracts are not really getting affected by it because he will have 7 contracts no matter what if he plays these kind of pro games. And then other center backs, as I said, just aim for quicker center backs in general. You have the likes of Saliba, for example, is a great option. I don't think he's that expensive anymore. You have Marquinhos, you have Jonathan Tah, who I think is a great option. Ruben Dias, unfortunately, a bit too slow. The new Gabriel card, you have Tomori. You have plenty of options, but try to look for players that have a bit more pace, so you're not really getting caught with these over-the-top through balls that are really good now, the current state of this game. If you're looking towards the center midfielders, you want 2 CMs or at least 1 CM that can defend a bit more. In my case, that's going to be Rodri, actually. He is one of the best CMs that I've played with in this game, and partnering him up will be Frankie de Jong in this formation. And Frankie de Jong and Rodri, I mean, fantastic, both of them. As I said, Rodri will basically play as that more kind of defensive midfielder, and then Frankie de Jong is going to be a bit more going forward, but he also is pretty good in defense if we look at his stats, which is 82 defending. So if we're going into center midfielders and we're going into concept players, we have a few other options that I will try to explain to you guys. Now, mainly you can play with Putellas if you want to. I would say Valverde is also a great option. I have him on my bench at the moment if I really feel like I need to change something up. Barreya, very good in terms of defending, bit of a box-to-box as well. Niall Horan, I think, is super solid as well. Really good card. Yellow, try to look for players that can defend but also can go forward. And if you're not really finding someone that you like, I would advise you guys to go for maybe someone that's a bit more defensive and then someone that's a bit more attacking, maybe like Kevin De Bruyne and a Valverde, for example. Valverde can still go forward, but I would say his main presence is actually in defense. You have Sabitzer. You have plenty of options if you're just going through concept players, and it depends on also which budget you're in. If you're looking towards the cam option, it's very easy for me to choose here because I've been playing with Aitana Bonmati for a long time now, and I'm in love with her card. She is simply amazing. I mean, as I said, one of my favorite players in this year's game. She is fantastic, and the main thing, this is going to be an important part of the team. For this cam, you need to have either the playstyle in terms of tiki-taka or long ball. And Aitana now has tiki-taka, and that's basically because these LBY triangles in behind, as I've been showing you guys in the past videos, but also on my streams when I'm streaming on Twitch, are super overpowered. So you guys need to use them. So either you need to find a cam with long ball or with tiki-taka, and the best way is to find a cam with both. And the best cam in this game for a very cheap price, I think all of you guys will be able to afford him, is going to actually just be Bruno Fernandes Gold. If we're looking at the 2 previous finalists in the Europe East qualifier in the Cash Cup that I played, where I finished 33rd. If you haven't watched that video, go and check that out. Both of them played with Bruno Fernandes, and that just shows something. And it wasn't even this card, it was actually his gold card both of them were playing with. And that's basically because if we look at his playstyles, he basically has the long ball in gold, and he doesn't have tiki-taka, but the long ball in gold, which helps a lot in terms of these kind of passes. So Bruno Fernandes, great option. The substitute that I have on my bench is actually going to be Musiala's SPC, which I completed. I felt like it was too good to not be completed, really. And if we're looking at the playstyle once again, he has tiki-taka, so that's why I managed to do him. Going on towards the strikers in my team, then you basically want to look for quick strikers. Of course, I don't have Mbappe anymore because this is not going to be my main formation. This is a lot of times a formation that I use when I'm leading a game, the 5-2-1-2, but it's very, very good from the start as well. I'm actually going to play R9, and partnering him up will actually be Adama Traore. Not in pro gameplay, of course, but in weekend league, this was basically my 2 strikers. So R9, I mean, we don't really need to explain R9, and then for Adama Traore is Adama Traore. So basically look for quick strikers that have good finishing, and you will be able to find some really, really good patterns with this 5-2-1-2 formation. If we're looking in towards tactics, then we start off by the 5-2-1-2 tactic. We don't have short passing, we have balance, and defensive approach should also be balanced, because if you play in 70 depth, you will get caught a lot of times with these over-the-top through balls. So I'm playing balance. If we start with the goalkeeper, I always say this, put sweeper keeper on your keeper, basically because he will help a lot more in these kind of defensive set pieces that are getting basically swinged into the box. He will help you a lot more with that if he's on sweeper keeper. If we're looking for the fullbacks, I would like you guys to have wing back on both of them, or you have one on wing back and one on attacking fullback. In my case, Theo Hernandez is the one that can go forward a bit more. So for my case, this is going to be Theo Hernandez is going to be used as attacking wing back, and Dalot is going to be used as a normal wing back. If you're looking for the defenders, just add defender plus to all of them, and they will be completely fine. And as I said, the slowest one in the middle. Then if you have a left-footed, play him on the left, a right-footed on the right. Then we go into kind of an important kind of sequence here. The defensive midfielder, in my opinion, should always be on holding. He should be a bit more defensive. You either have him on holding or deep lying playmaker. In my case, I actually put Rodri on holding, and De Jong is going to be box to box, as we want him to actually support the kind of attackers going forward. The cam should definitely not be on half winger. It should for sure be on playmaker, because she will find the pockets of space in between Rodri and De Jong, and once you play the ball into Aitana Bonmati's feet, that's when you can go with the over-the-top through balls and trying to find the passes into R9 and Adama Traore. And if we look then at our strikers going forward, we have both of them on the advanced forward. If you feel like they are not really helping you a lot in defense and you have a hard time building up, you could put one of them on false 9. I would say R9 in my case should always be advanced forward. Adama could be a bit of a more of a false 9 option, but I still think both on advanced forward should be fine. And if you also feel like false 9 is not working, you could actually change focus to complete. And as you see at the green, kind of like where he's moving, as you see at the top left corner there, you see if you change it through complete, attack is a bit more central of the pitch. Complete actually makes R9 move a bit more maybe to Adama Traore some side, but also more to the wing, so he helps you in support in terms of building up later on. So it depends on just what you guys want. I prefer to have both on advanced forward because I feel like I can still build up in this formation. But as I said, if you're struggling with build up, I would advise you guys to go one striker on false 9. Preferably the guy who's maybe a bit more faster and a bit more better on the ball should be false 9, because he likes to have the ball at his feet, then play to the cam, then we can go over the top right. So this is basically my 5-2-1-2 tactics. If you want to copy them, the code is at the top left corner. I will zoom in on it now. Copy it. Let me know down in the comments if this formation is working for you in Weekend League. For me, it's really, really solid. And I managed, especially at the start of the game, I managed to get a lot of 15 and 0s with these 5-2-1-2 tactics. So let me know what you guys think down below, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Don't forget to subscribe, as I said. Don't forget to like, and I'll see you guys soon. Best of luck in Weekend League. See you. Bye-bye.